Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. As you can see, Billion is finally back. But today we're bringing in the new year with watching 2021 in 6 minutes, alright? Alright, let's get into it.
I'm scared, I'm a bit nervous, but I think we'll be fine.
It wasn't so bad. You did great.
More than 2 billion COVID-19 vaccines administered worldwide.
Halfway vaccinated.
I'm getting the Moderna.
AstraZeneca shot.
J&J vaccine.
As millions get vaccinated, many reunions are happening around the country.
It's been a very long time and so much life has happened.
You're going to have the best night you've had for a very long time.
We've all been through something collectively.
It's been such a difficult time.
And it's even harder pretending like everything's normal when it's not.
$700,000 people quit retail jobs.
As the so-called Great Resignation picked up speed.
They just didn't care about me anymore.
There is not a shortage of jobs, there is a shortage of decent jobs.
The shortage of products has extended to just about everything.
Big shortage of lumber.
Shortage of snowblowers.
And a shortage of microchips.
Look at those bones.
That's another thing I realized about 2021. 2021 was a year of shortages.
Yeah.
We ran out a lot. Like there was a shortages on what? Hot Cheetos.
Hot chips in general.
Yeah, there was a shortage on chicken.
When I go to the store to this day, there's a lot of things that aren't in stock that I've noticed. And to be honest, I don't worry about it. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but the shortage, I feel like it's not because we don't have the product. It's because it's all out sea in California. You know, people like they mentioned the jobs. You know, people not wanting to work, and they kept blaming it on people being lazy. It's like, no, people do work these 9-to-5 jobs, and they expect us to put our lives on the line, right? Day and night, even before COVID even hit, but give us horrible benefits. People are steady living paycheck to paycheck. The economy is going up, but they're not raising up, you know, minimum wage or anything like that, or paying their employees better. You know what I'm saying? And I get it that some of these companies, you know, they're good companies, but it's like y'all have employees that be busting their butts every day at work, okay? Because I was an essential worker when COVID hit in 2020. I was an essential worker, so I was out there every day. The type of stuff that we were getting thrown at us on a day-to-day basis because everything was changing so quickly, having to deal with upper management wanting to change things, the government changing things, and then having to deal with rude customers on top of that, it just wasn't worth it. It really affected my mental health last year to the point that I got on antidepressants that year as well. So 2020 was a hard year to begin with. Yeah, but that's why I said 2020 is when I was an essential worker. And then I kind of quit my job as an essential worker, and then this year I started working at a hardware store. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's not the fact that people don't want to work. You guys expect us to work hard, right? Deal with nasty attitudes on a daily basis, right? Because, oh, there's a shortage or there's not enough workers, like it's our fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not our fault that there's no workers. It's not our fault there's nothing in stock. Do you not see how the world is looking right now, and you're asking me, why is there nothing on the shelves? Because we're literally experiencing a shortage. Look around you and stop yelling at the people that work, who risk their lives leaving their house every single day to service you. And it's starting to get kind of annoying for a lot of people because I've experienced it. And it's really annoying, and it gets frustrating after a certain amount of time when you go home and you see your paycheck and your paycheck is gone within 2 to 3 days. And it's the same cycle over and over again. And nobody's being compensated for the actual valuable time that they put in the work to service people. I said what I said. You have anything to say? Okay.
Can you not, please?
The growing backlog in the global supply chain.
A giant container ship wedged from bank to bank. GameStop while bankrupting a bunch of hedge funds.
It's been a fun ride with GameStop. A few things.
I'm not a cat.
It just shows how much power the rich people have.
What is an NFT?
Sold for nearly $70 million.
Literally sending Dogecoin to the moon.
Anyone with enough money can become an astronaut.
Looking down to our beautiful, beautiful Earth.
We need some of the world's greatest brains fixed on trying to repair this planet, not trying to find the next place to go and live.
Exactly. How are you going to ruin our Earth? How are you going to ruin our Earth that God blessed us with? You know what I'm saying? And then say, okay, well, we totally damaged this Earth, so let's just, let all the rich folk, let's just fly to the moon. Let's fly to a whole nother planet and start a new life there and just leave all the poor people to die.
We expect to see new extremes that are unprecedented in magnitude, timing, or in regions that have never encountered those types of extremes.
The most affected people in the most affected areas still remain unheard.
Myanmar has been under political chaos since junta-led military coup ousted the elected government.
Farmers in India are marking a year since they began the biggest protests in the country's modern history.
The deadly conflict between Israeli forces and Palestinians continues.
This was one of the saddest things that happened in 2021.
I cried. I seen those videos.
I don't cry, but it was very sad.
Yeah.
And heartbreaking to see.
Like I couldn't believe everything that was going on. It was like one thing after another. As soon as you heard about one disaster on one side of the earth, then you're hearing about another disaster on like your side of the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's like us as a world couldn't take a break. We couldn't take a breather. It was like donate, spread the word, spread the word.
And honestly, I feel like 2020 was like a test run.
Right, for what's to come.
And then 2021 was just, everything just went wrong. Like everybody was complaining about 2020, but in comparison to 2021, in 2020 the worst thing we had was COVID. In 2021, there's a list of things that went horribly. Obviously, in 2020 there was a lot of other things that went wrong too, but 2021 really toppled 2020. First, 2 more stronger variants of COVID came out, so that automatically makes this, a more horrible year, because 2 strong variants of a disease that was already killing people off and is still killing people off is formed in less than a year, which is ridiculous. So basically, coronavirus is spreading and growing and
wildfire,
and it's evolving into something that we probably won't even be able to have a vaccination for in the future. Because if it keeps evolving with every vaccination, then
how many shots we're going to get? We're going to
exactly. What is the point? What is the point of continuously getting shots if none of them work?
It's going to be booster.
Exactly. It's just booster shots. I don't like shots to begin with, so we're not going to get into all that. That's a lot.
Right.
The government of Ethiopia has been locked in a year-long war with the Tigray People's Liberation Front.
A sudden wave of thousands of migrants has sparked a humanitarian crisis at the US-Mexico border.
How can you do that to human being, to other human beings?
It's time for American troops to come home.
Man, Biden, bro.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Trump and I don't like Biden.
Biden is a liar, bro.
I don't care.
I voted for Biden, and Biden has not stepped up to what he said he would do. He was on Trump so hard about coronavirus, and then only recently he said there's nothing we can do. Basically, he said there was nothing we can do about coronavirus. So he did all that talking about Trump just to basically come win and then say, "Oh yeah, by the way, there's nothing I can do about it. Let the state level governments handle that situation." We voted for you because you said the guy that you were going against couldn't handle it, and you could, and then you turn around and say you can't do it. Then you promised to clear student debts for college students, and then didn't do that. Like Biden basically spewed lies during the the election, and that's why I'll never vote for another Democrat again in my life.
Can I just say I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I really don't care.
I said that too, but after what Biden has pulled, I don't. Literally before I voted, before voting happened, people told me, I was told all the time, well, Democrats are liars, Republicans are always honest and stuff. And you know, I wanted to get Trump out of office too, so I voted for Biden. Boom. Then Biden show up, and now I'm like, bro, you're not helping us. You're not helping. Like, you're doing just as bad as Trump was doing. Like, we could have kept Trump in office. At least he was giving us stimulus checks. Like, now we broke and sitting at home. at least we was getting money and sitting at home when Trump is in office. Like, it's not correlating.
Other than that, I just feel like this is why you shouldn't be sticking to one party. I feel like you should have an open mind and literally listen to everybody and basically think of, okay, what is best for you and your family.
But how are you supposed to do that when all they do is lie?
And that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be biased.
I voted for Biden because he was saying what was best.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be biased. A lot of people voted what's his name? Biden. I almost say Byron from the TikTok. Joe Biden. The only reason why he won was because everybody hated Trump so much that they was just, ooh, y'all guys was eating up everything that came out of his mouth. Him and Kamala Harris, y'all was smacking on it. And I'm just sitting here like, when are guys gonna learn that these presidents, these people that run for government and stuff like that, they don't care about us poor people. They do not care about us. They want to keep the poor poor, the rich rich, right? That's how the system is made. So if you're in the poor areas, right, and if you are considered poor, it doesn't matter whether or not you're living comfortably, you have a nice, beautiful house, it doesn't matter. If you're considered poor in the tax bracket, stop believing everything these politicians have to say, because they will say anything to get poor people's votes. It's more poor people than there are rich people, you guys.
It's a very, very crazy situation right now.
In the United States Capitol, and now they're climbing through the wall is watching in horror.
We will never give up. We will never concede.
These people
coordinated
and bro, the fact that so many people try to act like February 6th, was it January 6th or February 6th? Like it didn't happen.
Our worst selves.
I am proud to announce
literally trying to change history in our face.
Is now.
Well, actually, yeah. Oh, metaverse! I can't wait for the metaverse, bro.
I'm not interested.
That's gonna be so fire. If you're not, a lot of people that aren't interested in technology and gaming and stuff aren't interested in the metaverse.
No, I'm not interested in it because I feel like it's a bigger plan for something else. But again, I'm not going to get into conspiracies.
Nothing is made with a simple plan. Everything is made with a bigger plan in mind.
Don't you feel like we have enough technology?
No, we need to advance even more. We're behind more than we should. Man, we should be in
People
space
can't
now.
even talk face to face these days, and y'all want to make a metaverse. Well, now people want to talk as avatars, but won't even be able to talk as humans.
That's the point. To talk to people from the comfort of your home, to go anywhere in the world from the comfort of your home, to do anything you want.
I don't care to go anywhere else from the comfort of my home. I don't want to be home. I thought we discussed this. I thought we all agreed that we don't want to be stuck in our homes anymore.
My point still stands. Like that proves my point that people who don't play video games don't get it. Because if you don't play video games and you don't sit there and you don't actually just want to sit home and play video games, and you don't understand the point of just want to sit there, and the whole point of a video game is to take you out of the real world and put you somewhere else so you can forget about real life stuff. The whole point of metaverse is so you can leave the real world but still be doing stuff. It's instead of just having a controller, now you can do it with your whole body. That's the point. Alright, so basically what I was saying about the metaverse. But yeah, it's just that if you don't play games, then it's like you don't get the point of wanting to do something out of real life to do something to take you out of real life. Like that's the whole point of metaverse, to just step away from reality and do things you can't do in real life. But
Meta.
People really underestimate the power of misinformation.
People who've had these shots and now they're magnetized.
Fui acometido de Covid e tomei hidroxicloroquina.
This is becoming a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
People haven't related to it. You see the figures, the daily figures,
and their nameless faces.
India is being ravaged by a second
wave
wave.
of COVID-19 is threatening to overwhelm the country's health systems.
We don't have anything, and patients are dying.
A person cannot live here in Delhi. A person cannot even die peacefully in Delhi.
Vaccine inequality cannot be allowed to continue.
Omicron is spreading at a rate we have not seen with any previous variant.
The more this virus spreads, the more likely it is for a very dangerous variant to emerge.
We're in this together, and the only way we're going to conquer this virus is by working together.
They've agreed to share the gold medal.
Just because you're a female, it doesn't mean you can't accomplish the biggest of goals.
The Philippines, first ever Olympic gold medal.
Put your mental health first. It doesn't matter if you're on the biggest stage. That's more important than any other medal you could win.
There's so many people who are afraid to voice that they need help.
To truly choose to love is heroic.
Chile's Congress has passed a bill allowing same-sex couples to marry.
Britney Spears is free.
Yay, Britney!
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
And I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now.
With the Asian American community, enough is enough. We're just fed up.
What I really hope that this movie can do is show Asian kids that it's okay to take up space where they are because they belong.
I know where I'm headed in life. I know what my future is going to look like.
When something's...
Another thing about 2021 was a year of coming out. It was a lot of, I said coming out, but I didn't really mean like coming out like that. I just meant like breaking cycles.
Right.
It was like what was known as tradition in the old world is basically being broken to allow a new world to come up. So I feel like 2020 and 2021 was like literally breaking the ground so that like literally basically like a plow, like it's flipping the dirt so it can allow the plants and stuff to grow better, and so it won't be hard, so it's basically just breaking the concrete and allowing everything that was underneath to finally come free.
My thing is, I want to know how long is this going to last?
What, the breaking free or
the whole thing, now representation?
I feel like it's going to take at least a decade for us to fully settle into the whole new world. Right. I feel like right now it's just all about building it and evolving and everybody learning what's right and what's wrong again. Because since there's so many new standards, like so many new sexualities are coming out, so many new genders and just, things and pronouns and stuff are being created, like not created, but just, people are just discovering who they are. People are discovering who they are, so it's like, I feel like it would take a while before everyone is settled in and, it becomes tradition, like, now we have it in school, now we have it in this, now we have it in that, and everybody's just, it's just normal, like, we don't think about it no more, everybody just goes about it,
You want my honest opinion? Not gonna happen. I said what I said. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not. There is a standard, and that standard is going to continue to be that way. No, it's not going to ever just be.
Okay, but what do you mean? Like, what are you referencing? So I can.
All of it, racism, sexism, all of it is going to stay. I'm telling you right now. They're going to hide it. They're going to hide it so well. They're going to make you think it doesn't exist.
No, obviously, it's always going to be there. It's never not going to go away. There will always be racism. There will always be people that.
Right, it's just going. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the same cycle. Yes, it's getting out into the open, but I promise you, if God chooses to keep this world, it's going to go back to where it was. Evil will always fester. Evil will always win. It will always conquer. Like.
But the thing is, it's just because
in this world, because we're sinful.
Just because it's evil doesn't mean that the world can't evolve. The world has.
I'm not saying it can't evolve. I'm telling you, it will get to a point, but it can go back. Yes.
How would it go back, Tony?
There's a possibility it can go backwards.
There's always a possibility.
Okay, let me give an example. Let me give an example, right? So now people are trying to get used to the whole racism thing, saying what's considered racism, what's considered microaggression, blase, right? But in turn, in teaching people and educating people, it turned a lot of people against us, which I've seen it a lot, right? There's been, like, I would literally, oh my gosh. I was working at a hardware store this year, right? Literally, I can't have a conversation now with people without them thinking it's about race. Literally, without them thinking about race. And I'm not talking about Black people. I'm talking about just me generally being a Black woman. Anytime I have a type of conversation with somebody face to face, somehow they're bringing my color into the situation.
See, and that's what I mean when I say that it's gonna take a decade for everything to settle in. It's gonna take a decade.
But
I'm just saying things
they
like
might
that.
project that, but inside they're still going to feel that way, and so there's going to be new microaggressions.
Listen, but you're not. Oh my God, you're not getting the point. You're thinking that I'm trying to say that it's gonna disappear when I'm not saying that.
Oh, so that's not what you're saying.
No, obviously people are gonna feel like they feel inside, but the point is, it won't be as verbal. It won't be considered okay. It is okay for you to think however you want inside, but where the problem lies is how you express yourself after you feel a certain way inside. Just how God says not to be quick to anger, just because you feel angry doesn't mean to express that anger. Just because if you feel racist or you don't like another race, doesn't mean you have to express your hate for that race. Do what you're doing, let them scan your groceries or whatever, and be on our day so you can get out of their face, they can get out of their face. You know, it'd be just like that. Same thing how the slaves got freed. It was a new thing, people are still getting used to it. Black people are still being treated we're still being treated trash, and we're still getting treated trash, but it's only now becoming a point where
people are getting repercussions for their actions.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to take a while for everything to just smooth over and the new world to become, you know, just the new world is what I'm saying.
When something says Taylor's version, that means I own it.
Rock and roll never dies!
There are people who don't believe that women can be better presidents, and we are here to show them.
Taking its first steps in pursuit of cosmological discovery.
Touchdown confirmed.
We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us?
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a good video. I thought it was gonna be a little more. Like, I thought they was gonna include memes and everything in there, but I guess not. They really don't include the important stuff.
Right.
And that's okay, but I thought it was gonna be like.
I thought they was going to include like some of the school shootings that happened, because let's be honest, that still has not been resolved. It's still happening, and
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's the problem. That shit they saw day one. There's no reason.
It should be continuing on. How many more kids do we have to bury for something to be done? And we're Texans, and y'all, if y'all know Texans, y'all know they're very much so highly about their firearms. They're like, yeah, we want our firearms, which I understand.
I want my firearms too,
right?
So I'm not tripping on that.
Right, but it's like we need to set more boundaries in place. There needs to be more laws in place to make sure that this is not happening. Because when that February, when the Valentine's Day school shooting happened, right? Colin was still in high school. That was a scary time for us. Because that's what all you were hearing on the news. School shooting, club shootings, shootings. Everywhere you go in a public area. You feel what I'm saying? But of course, the most common places were like gay bars, you know, things with the LGBTQ plus community, students. It's like, how come we can't live our lives anymore? Why do we have to constantly live in fear? It was too much. And then right after that, the next year, here come COVID happening. You know what I'm saying? It's like one thing after another. And I'm just like, when is America just gonna... I don't expect Americans to be perfect. I don't expect our government to be perfect. But where's the effort? That's the problem. There's no effort being made to make the necessary changes to make sure your citizens are feeling safe and comfortable in their own country. Y'all want to blame it on immigrants. I don't care about immigrants. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, because they're not the ones committing the most crimes. It's domestic crimes by people who live in America, born and raised in America, who's committing crimes against all Americans. Every day when I'm at work, all I hear is these immigrants. I'm like, when are y'all going to realize? I get it. Yes, some immigrants come in here and they commit crimes, but that's not everybody. When are we going to start focusing on domestic crimes that are happening in America by Americans to Americans? And they want to blame it on, oh, they're being bullied. No, it's just pure hatred. These people are evil. The people that's doing these mass killings, they're stop blaming it on depression and mental illness and you know what I'm saying? Yes, some of it has to do with mental illness, but that brings a bad name to those who actually suffer from mental illness and have never thought about it a day in their lives. They're just pure evil people, and they saw the signs before it happened but did nothing. This is what I'm talking about. When are we going to stop enabling this behavior from people? So much stuff could have been resolved. So much stuff could have been prevented if parents, one, paid attention to their kids. I'm tired of the news constantly blaming it on mental illness. I've been through depression. Bill has been through depression. We have friends who've been through depression. None of us are ever in a hurdle.
Well, I'm not gonna say I've been through depression because I don't want to self-diagnose or nothing, but like,
right.
It was a sad time in my life.
Right. So, you know, a lot of people have been, you know what I'm saying, dealing with mental health issues. But none of them sit around like, I want to kill people. I want to kill a bunch of innocent people just because they're living their happy-go-lucky lives. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? It's getting tiring. Let's just really point out the facts here. It's just that they're crazy.
One thing that I can say is that me and Tony have been bullied, and we never thought about killing people.
Right, never.
The excuse of being bullied is not an excuse at all. I've been bullied all my life. I've never been the good-looking kid. I've always had buck teeth. I've been skinny. I used to be short. I was 4'11" my freshman year of high school. 4 feet, 11 inches in high school as a guy. Like, you just imagine how...
The scrutiny.
Like, exactly. Just imagine how many people pick on you for being little. And then I played football on top of that, so you can just imagine how horrible that was. So, and then even before that, we were homeschooled. What's going on, guys? It's Billion, and so basically, we lost the last bit of footage that we had. We were recording, and then the camera just stopped, and then we tried to record it, and then that footage got corrupted. So we just had to. I'm just here to just close the video out. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, we really appreciate it, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.